Oh, Scott from Wessex blades. Hopefully I'm able to not least see my phone drop on the floor. The camcorder battery's gone flat. So try the camera, see how it goes. You may have noticed over the last 8 days I've been just letting you follow on my little leather odyssey, as it were. It's just a bit like a songwriter or a poet. I just had to get it out of my system. I've been champing at the bit to showcase where I've been going with practices and everything, and unless you actually let it out, you won't actually know what I'm toying with in terms of the leather that I'm trying to embellish in a way to further enhance my brand, as it were. So I got one here for Will, Mr. M. So it's a long-standing I'll get you done one eventually sort of idea of him. We've sort of had a bit of a chat left and right, and we've gone for you in the end. So some English heritage you. Oh yes. A bit, yeah. Shiny in. Will's not a petite guy, so that is that's a man handle on there for him. Full in the handle, flared pommel, sweet satin grind. It's just got that little bit more whack with a Leuku. Got himself a nice thing. Nice photos later. I'm going to use the Canon for that. It's just a little sort of show and tell. So my stuff is double row lock stitch, not saddle stitch. Just a, it's not that little bit more. It is a hell of a long time doing you know, the lock stitch as opposed to using a machine, using the iron stitching forks, and then at the end of it, by the time you've got the leather carving on there as well, which you'll do, obviously you need to get that right before you actually apply it, but you need to get all the stitchings to know where the frame size of what your artwork's going to be, and then they've got to get the artwork. I'm not taking there's an image out there I'll find out I like the look of that image, but I will adjust it rather than just completely rip off someone else's design. Even if it could be like free clip art or something, I'll still do my own version of it. So here's another one. This is available for sale at some point. So there's a sort of stylized Viking wolf sort of stone carving effect. But of course I extra the tail's gone around. This is slightly different. It's got the hooks and spikes on its back, a bit like a razorback sort of boar effect. So I don't actually just take a thing and just use that. I embellish it as well in my own little way. I'm not really into doing the colours that are really defined. You know, it looks like who's got felt tips for Christmas when it's all very nice. I prefer making it look like a ancestral. It looks like it's battle worn. So I've got that earthy tone to what I'm doing, rather than defined yellow, defined red, defined green. It just looks like someone's got a pack of felt tips for Christmas. And these are primary colours. I prefer my stuff to be more blended, to make it look more genuine. If this was made 1,000 years ago, it would have ended up something like this, as opposed to now with all the really vivid primary colour compounds that they can use for, you know, really bright inks. And that's something that my wife does with her painting. She's using natural products in her paintings, so obviously it's got that. It's got a closer connection to the original thing. So if I did that a nice vivid red and a vivid yellow, so yeah, but it's Viking, it's old, yeah, it's just the way I am. So it's like even that yellow isn't really a yellow. I've toned it down a hell of a lot. and this is for Mike. So it's got a sort of dragon-esque there. I've tried to invoke the scale pattern. I've blended the reds and the browns and the blacks in to give it a more natural look. I've done some planishing on the head to give it some look as if he had scales on his head. And again, it's an image that's on the internet, but I've changed all the pattern in there. I've changed the horns. I've changed the way the tongue comes out. It's quite a departure from that thing. So I'm not actually ripping off someone else's drawing off a DeviantArt or something. It's my own way of doing it. And both these ones here are in Ripple Sycamore. So it's very, very light, and you've got that effect on it in Ripple Sycamore. This one's going to Mike up in Scotland, and I hope he likes this. So it's a friction sheath, but my moving forward, my legacy brand, as it were, is a fold over sheath, just to add a bit of protection and just to add a bit of mystique as to what could be in there. Ripple Sycamore, ferro rod, my label on there a few times, and beast of a dangler on there. Yeah, so my old style sheaves and knives. I've set up my own little Instagram sort of hashtag thing called Heritage. So it's a nod as to my journey up into around about this sort of era in my knife making, and then moving forward, it's where I'm going onwards, and there'll be a little snippet every now and again of where I'm going in terms of just enhancing my the handle contouring, maybe the tweaks on the blade, the geometry. It's that then this becomes my legacy for the time onwards into the next 5-6 years or whatever. So when it comes to doing Danelaws and go locks, there'll be you'll see the handle. Oh, this is my traditional sort of way of doing it, or what I've done the last years run, as it were. That'll be more heritage. And when I come up with a slightly different tweak on it, that's where I'm offering a different approach to doing stuff. Is my legacy onwards into the future. So that's a sort of a little sneak peek. I've already edited the photography from outside, so I can slip it on the end of here. Again, I got additional soundtracks, just to add a bit more of my flavour onto the video production. I shall try and be a bit clever with links and things. I've done it in the past, but I'm going to try and get around to doing it a little bit more often. You know, I'm supposed to be running a business here at the end of the day. You may have noticed that I've now closed my books because I want to get the backlog out of the way and done and tackled. So things for the future. I'm doing Butantos next. I've got 2 Butantos. I need to sneak out these survival blades and the kukris. I need to sort of try and wangle them in some way, shape or form. But stick close, stay tuned, and catch me on my journey forwards. There's one go lock to sharpen, a little bit of a Scandi on an EKA, an EVA or something, and there's an MOD on its way, and then that's it in terms of sharpenings and rebevels until I get this backlog out. So thanks for joining me again. Scott from Wessex Blades out, and a little Leuku at where I am at the moment. Moving on, isn't it? Scott from Wessex Blades. Join me again. I need to turn this off.